enter on to stage number 8 while monitoring the situation between Vampire Esports and Alter Ego. Stone is now going to be the second last active member for Vampire Esports. At the same time, Horaa Esports move coming from behind. Alter Ego is now sandwiched.
Here we go. The rest of Horaa now look for the strike. They are moving right within the compounds as they manage to clear out the entire sector. And now it's down to them to take on the rest of Alter Ego. It's all down to that one member left for the side of Vampire Esports where they were cutting around these areas of play. Still holding out is Schwebs. Hans now right in the middle open. Schwebs could actually go for the takedown, and yes, he will. Now it's all for the chicken dinner for Horaa Esports, advancing out in the open. Schwebs can actually take his time. If there were any advancement coming from the rest of Horaa, he can slowly look for those angles. And there we go. The first catch. Now it's down to a 2 versus 1. Schwebs still holding on. Getting some time to pop a first aid kit. Healing himself up. A little bit of damage done over the side of Malik. And they are now within grenade range. There's not much space for him to work with. The blue zone's already here. And the nade is run perfectly. Horaa Esports. Perhaps the only approach that could overwhelm Vampire is to full send it. Then that's what Malik's up to. As he goes for the drive-by, he's looking for Newsy. Can he actually go for the run over? He misses the mark, but there's still more vehicles that he has to dodge. Here comes the full shred. Newsy goes down, but there's still Tony K up the hills.
And Tony K tries to seek revenge, but he takes a bit of damage as well. Now he has to take time to heal up, but they also gave away his position. No fear with an nade, lob onto the high ground. Hoping to land on Tony K. A little bit of an overshot there. Mr. Borrow will need to be saved by Malik, while No Fear will try to hold the front line, try to buy enough time for his teammates to reset back up, and they will put a lot of focus on Tony K next. But Tony K will make the rush in under No Fear right now. He comes in with the DBS, and No Fear wins the fight against Tony K. Horaa Esports is now the king of the hill.
My, this position initially held by Megatron was the best spot possible, and now it's only down to Doe, and he's been hugging out here to the tree to finish up on a top 2 position. All goes down to that final draw. Ground, they have to quickly find a little bit of a space for themselves. Have to let that one slide, whereas Horaa Esports is looking to claim their third chicken dinner. If they could just seal the deal up against RRQ, they're dropping further down position, trying to get a little bit of cover off before they fight right back.
Yeah, they need to reset themselves, they need to reposition. And right now they managed to find a little bit more space behind the circle, but Malik is going to go in for it. Mr. Borrow just above Snake. No Mercy is on the other end. No Mercy fires back on Malik. Malik knocked down by Snake. That's going to be 3 more for Horaa Esports up against 2 by RRQ. And RRQ, they fire back. No Fear takes a lot of damage, gets knocked down. Snake will be knocked down back by Mr. Borrow. So now it's going to be only No Mercy against Mr. Borrow and Sky.
Such a scattered fight, and right now the traits are looking impeccable coming from the rest of the member of RQ. Perhaps a revive might be set into place. Those names are ready to pop right in. Down to No Mercy, they can't actually go in for pretty much a whole lot more, as they're pretty much pinched over onto multiple directions. Mr. Borrow will definitely aim to go for a pickup eventually, but the nades are flying right in. It almost goes in to clip them. But now they have 3 members to work with. Still a little room to play out. No Mercy. How much damage can he do to the side of Horaa Esports?
Yeah, back to 1v3 now. And Horaa Esports know exactly where he is. They're lobbing those things, putting pressure back on the No Mercy, forcing him back. And Mr. Borrow, 3 more frag grenades in his hands. No Mercy does have his own frag grenades as well. And No Mercy had to leave his stone. There was a close one there. Managed to evade it. He's dancing around behind the stone just to avoid all these nades. But they're going to rush in here. Here we go. Buggy engagement on the No Mercy. And Horaa Esports takes home that thinking about a win.
That's what they're definitely aiming to do as the overwhelm IC sending the full team directly into the spot. Only down to action. What sort of maneuver will he pull off this time up against the rest of DRS? Vying for that chicken dinner. So long as they win and trade, they should be good to clear out the rest of the lobby, and yes, they will. It's DRS versus BTR for the chicken dinner.
1v3. Let's see what Zaxi can pull off here. Okay, M4 and DBS. Yes, 12 first aids though, but then again, if you're in the situation of a 1v3, 12 vs 8 is a bit of an overkill. Won't change too much. It's really down to skill and precision on how he's going to navigate this. But at least for Zaxi, he knows where DRS is at, but DRS have no clue that he's at this edge.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy spot for the rest of DRS to be able to check these corners. Of course, RRL, these guys are friends and outside of these tournaments. But now, this could be quickly changing into a heated rivalry between the two inside the game. Zaxi will take on Sleepy as he is going for the drive. 5 shots does connect, and he will be able to take him down instantaneously. 2 versus 1, very possible, with a little bit of a crash landing from Chama. Now the door is pretty much wide open. A little bit of pressure coming in from X. He's hold down to that position, trying to get a little bit more cover. Those nades are being locked right in at the very same time. Chama goes the distance, but he's trying to force the measures down to 1 versus 1. X versus Zaxi. He's pretty much on that far flank. So plenty of time to recover. This is where those first aids come in handy.
Oh man. He's at the edge of securing this big clutch here. 1v3 against DRS for the chicken dinner. There's going to be X versus Zaxi. Zaxi can take his time still. Chama is still calling up for help, but there's almost no way for X to come and pick them up. So he has to win this fight against Zaxi. He has to go up against the 1v1 legendary Zaxi now. This is chance to shine if he's able to come up with a big win here against Zaxi himself. And we're talking about Zaxi. Okay, he's playing the waiting game right now. The vehicle's on its way. But there's almost no way for him to really crash in directly onto Zaxi. I wonder how to circle this though. We still have a couple of more of stages earlier on. So it's also pre-circle dependent on who will make that move.
True enough, and they did manage to spot out a couple of smoke. They being Zaxi, because he's playing as if he's got this full squad behind him, but we see this legend since 2018, and there you go. Shots now trill right in. Well, this is definitely a very long shot for him to cover. It might eventually lose sight of X, so it's just a little bit of a wiggle room for him to slowly lay this out. So far, this is the only 1v1 for a chicken dinner that we've gotten so far here in the finals as well as the scrims. And he pops up with a little bit of smoke. Some shots actually did connect. Really, really sharp stuff coming in from the side of X. This could be a grenade range if he goes any further from here. So X is playing this to perfection, and he is also holding the deeper area of the zone.
And here we go. Look at the open space between X as well as Zaxi. So Zaxi now moves away. One nade locked onto Zaxi. Zaxi now out in the clear. So he tries to get as close as possible to try to land those shots. And it's not going to be easy. They don't have a good clear view of each other, but they somewhat have an idea. And now Zaxi with his M4. He does not have any frag grenades. X down to 3 frag grenades. He's lobbing everything onto Zaxi, chipping away the damage.
One of the nades actually puts a little bit of dent towards Zaxi. He's still pulling on the ground. This might actually be a lucky lock coming in from X as he tosses another one, bounces very close by, but is actually into the smoke. Zaxi understanding trajectories as well as grenade distances overall after so many years of playing. I would say the same about X, but of course he's just trying his luck because he does not really get that perfect vision. Now he's already losing sight of Zaxi at the moment. Still trying to lob a couple more into the smoke, but I think that he will eventually have a hunch that Zaxi's currently prone and closer as he creeps into the angles. He still has another smoke as he will toss it closer to X, try to absolutely blindside him. So now he does know for a fact that he's closer towards the trees. This could be a couple of blind sprays into the smoke as Zaxi closes the distance, bringing out the DPS. This could end in a matter of moments. I think he saw a little bit glimpse from the rock that he's gotten cover of. He's got an idea. He saw a little bit of vantage point, and there you go. Zaxi comes out over onto the smoke, and it will be DRS to be the champ.
And the Horaa esports, without a doubt, is still at number 1, 83 points. with a 24-point gap with DRS Gaming at number 2. So the two Nepali teams actually.